Hey guys. For writing today, we're going to talk a little bit more about poetry. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter so that they don't take quite as long to watch. So I'm going to jump right into it. Quick review of what we did yesterday. We read the poem September, and we talked about sensory details and smells and sounds and things like that that help us to kind of imagine what it would be like. And then we also talked about what made the poem September a poem. And now, quite a few of you guys responded with things like um, the rhythm, the rhymes that it had. It was shorter. You could tell just by the way it sounded that it wasn't regular writing. And a couple of us had some other ideas that were good ideas, but maybe not exactly what we're thinking about when we think about poetry. So we're talking about that rhythm. Very often they include rhyme. Most of the poems we'll read have some kind of rhyme in them, and that like bouncy kind of rhythm that you can follow. So today we're going to read two more poems, and we're going to talk about something called personification. Personification is writing about something as if it were a person. So one of our poems is called The Sea, where the author writes about the sea and the ocean as if it were a person. Is the sea or the ocean a person? No. But they give them details and characteristics and things like a person. So we can kind of think of the sea as a person. You'll see what I mean a little bit more in a second when I read it. But I want you to think as I read this first poem, The Sea, think about what sensory details you notice. And then the second time I read it, think about what is the author, or I'm sorry, the poet, what is the poet saying that makes the sea feel or seem like a person? Okay? If you want to follow along, this is on page 37 of your student writing handbook. If you'd like to just listen first, that's okay too. It's pretty short. I'll read it twice. Okay. This is called The Sea by Deborah Chandra. Clutching means holding on to something. Clutching at the rocky cliffs, the discontented sea, discontented means unhappy, slides slowly back into itself on slippery hands and knees. Gripping with its long green arms, it hugs the grainy sand. Grainy means not smooth. Searching for a finger hold to climb out on dry land. Okay, I'll read it one more time without the vocabulary. Clutching at the rocky cliffs, the discontented sea slides slowly back into itself on slippery hands and knees. Gripping with its long green arms, it hugs the grainy sand, searching for a finger hold to climb out on dry land. So, you'll see in the assignment for writing today, it has a couple questions I want you to answer, including the questions: what sensory details did you notice in this poem, and what examples of personification did you notice? What words does the poet use to write about the sea as if it were a person? I want complete sentences to answer those. You guys have kind of fallen off of that a little bit, so most of you are doing a really good job, but make sure you're writing complete sentences. Capital letter at the beginning, period at the end. It's easy to do online because it will fix a lot of the spelling stuff for you. So make sure you're doing that. And go ahead and you can pause right now and go answer those two questions, or you can rewind this video and listen to it again when you are answering those questions. Okay. The next poem we're going to read is by the same poet, Deborah Chandra. It's called Porch Light. And again, I want you listening for sensory details and personification. What words does she use to write about the porch light as if it were a person? Let's get back to this poem here. Okay. I'll read it twice again. First time, think about the sensory details. Second time, personification. Okay. Porch Light by Deborah Chandra. At night, the porch light catches moths and holds them, trapped and flapping, in a tight yellow fist. Only when I turn the switch will it loosen its hot grip. Second time, think about that personification piece. At night, the porch light catches moths and holds them trapped and flapping in a tight yellow fist. Only when I turn the switch will it loosen its hot grip. Okay, so again, I'll have you answer a couple questions about those two readings, and then the rest of your reading assignment will be on Seesaw so that I can try and keep this video a little bit shorter. But good luck!